All right, the next thing that I want to show you is some of the available resources in the e-textbook. So again, I'm here on my iPad and I am at my courses page. I am going to click on the CCDM 105 course. And the first thing that I want to show you is how to access some of these resources. Again, I'm going to click on Pages to take me to the front page. And if we click on Module A, we can come down to the bottom where it says MyLab Math Student Links. This is the first way that you can access this, and it'll take you all the way down to, notice it says modules. I'm going to show you another way to access this in a minute. The other way that you can access this is if you are, again, just logged in. Over on the left you should say something that says modules. And if you click on this, it'll take you to the links on the left side of the screen. All right, so the first thing, you should have already done the MyMathLab registration, and you should also complete the MyLab Math browser check. If you have not done this, make sure you do this so that you have all of the Adobe Flash Player, and I don't even know what else you need in order to make sure that you can access all of the resources that are available on MyMathLab. All right, some of the other ones that we're going to see, only the ones that have the green check marks will be visible on your screen. We have MyLab Math All Assignments. This is where you're going to go to access the homework assignments. We also have the MyLab Math Gradebook. You can go in here to review your assignments or just check that they are actually complete. Just to let you know, there is a bit of a delay between the grades that you get on MyMathLab and the grades when they post on Canvas or when they're transferred over to Canvas. If you see on Canvas that you did not get a good grade, go into the MyLab Math Gradebook and see what the grade is in there. So a couple of the ones that we're going to look at today, the first one I want to look at is the MyLab Math Pearson e-text. This is going to take you to the electronic copy of the textbook. I'm going to go ahead and open this and show you a couple different things that we have here. The first thing that I do want to point out is if you are using a tablet, at the top, notice here we have something that says Pearson Plus. You can go ahead and download the Pearson app onto your device if you have a tablet in order to basically be able to access this textbook without having to go through Canvas every single time. The first thing I want to show you is some ways to navigate through the textbook. The first one that we have here is if you come over to the bulleted list, you can click a section number and it'll take you to the beginning of that section. You also have this scrolly thing. I think this is like supposed to be like the little dealy bopper on a mouse. That you can go ahead and scroll up and down. The other thing you can do is if you come down to the bottom of the screen, you can use the left and right arrows to navigate, or in the middle you can type a page number. And so remember in the last presentation on the YouTube links page, you could see the page numbers and the section numbers. So that's one of the things that you can do in order to quickly navigate through the textbook. Okay, so most of the problems that we're going to do in class will come from the textbook. And so you can go ahead and kind of see them worked out here. Now, some things that you will not see in a traditional textbook are these little globes off on the side. Now this textbook, I don't really like it because there's two things that are going to be represented by this globe, depending on what it is. They use the same icon for both things. But the first thing is videos. In the videos, you will see someone who's actually going to be talking and working through the problem for you. This is one of the reasons that you need to do the browser check so that you can access these videos without getting error messages. The other thing that you're going to have is the You Try It problems. And the You Try It problems, if you click on these, basically it's going to be very similar to the homework, except you are not being graded on this. So for instance, I can go ahead and type in, I'm going to say it's correct. I'm going to check my answer and it says that's incorrect, which means that I need to click on answer B and I need to type in an answer. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to do this right now. After you type in the answer, you can go ahead and press check answer again, and I'm going to try to type in something. The main thing that I want to point out is you can, when you get the answer right, this check answer box down at the bottom will switch to similar problem. And so you can do several examples of this if you need extra practice. All right, I didn't want to do that. All right, let's get back in the textbook. I'm going to go to page 15. Let's see what's on here. So again, we have some globes over on the side that you can go ahead and look at. And now I'm going to try to get over to the exercises. These are the exercises that you would see in a traditional textbook. These are also problems that you can work on and check your answers. Now, in traditional math textbooks, just to let you know, you will always find the solutions in the back of the textbook, and I'm going to show you how to access that. But notice here that we have the globes again that you can go ahead and use to access in here. Now, as I said, if you do the odd problems here, you can check them in the back of the book. So if we go back to, I get so frustrated doing this. If we go to our table of contents on the left, that bulleted list, down at the bottom you have answers to selected exercises. And in here, you're going to see the answers to the odd problems. All right, so that is the textbook. That's one of the available resources that you have. The next one that I want to show you is the multimedia library. Multimedia library is basically going to be just all of the videos, the animations, etc., that you can access in one place. And so to access these, what we're going to do is we're going to click on a chapter. Let's say we're doing chapter 1. Let's say we want to look at rounding whole numbers. And depending on what you want, you can either select all or just pick the type of multimedia that you like looking at. And so if we click on Find Now, we will see that there are some animations. You can access the textbook, PowerPoints, section video lectures, quick review lectures, And so you can go ahead and come here to find all of those instead of having to go page by page in the book trying to find what you're looking for. The last thing I want to show you in this presentation is the study plan. The study plan, I think that these are all the You Try It problems kind of gathered together. So for instance, same idea. I'm going to come over here to all chapters. I'm going to click on a chapter. I am going to click on a section. And these are basically similar problems that you can try. And it's based on what the objectives are. So for instance, you may not need to try everything. There may just be something that you are struggling with in general. So for instance, if I wanted to practice subtract with no regrouping, we can come here. And we can answer several questions. So for instance, this is going to be 171. I get a well done. And then remember, as I said, you can go ahead and go to similar problem if you don't get it right, or if you want to just redo it. Okay? All right, so those are some of the resources that you have available. These are not required, but these are available to you in case you need extra help or extra practice.